Sorry for storage problems, but basically, yeah, I should continue now. Watch the first part, okay? Now, basically, the owner of the hotel basically told MC that he's allowed as long as he's safe. So he gets some of the hotel men, I mean the workers, to basically the MC around the area and make sure he's safe. Now the MC goes around the area because in his father's notes, he said about how he would leave behind a chest containing a few more notes in an important place. So maybe the respect sculpture or the sculpture built in memory of him would do good. So as a result, he went in there and grabbed some notes. Yeah, basically, the base of the structure is somewhere connected to the dilapidated, broken area of the hotel. So after a few puzzling and oil dripping, the MC accidentally falls to the floorboard. But then the hotel men quick workers know very damn well that this guy is important, so they quickly save the dude's butt. And then the MC is super thankful and he's a respectful person and knows very well to respect people. He makes sure that the workers don't get in trouble and tells him that the wounds he got from frolicking in abandoned area was completely from another time, basically allowing he allowing the workers to go scot free. But then he overhears the boss asking the workers if MC got wounded under their supervision, and the workers said what MC said. And then the boss just gives them the death stare, like, and he telepathically tells them, he basically tells them, you know damn well that the German investor's son is right here, and you know damn well that if he gets wounded, that and his father finds out, oh no, he, we might we might disappoint we might disappoint our investor. And remember, we don't want to disappoint the guy. Bro spent money on us, okay? So if you want to keep your jobs, you better watch this dude. So yeah, that's what happens. Now, basically, at some point, the MC collects a few things from the hotel, buys some stuff in the restaurant, that kind of stuff. I'm not saying he stole anything, but yeah. He also asks a few things about his father, and the owner is very happy to oblige, and the other investors too are also interested in him. Heck, one of the investors actually kind of one of the investors told another investor, yo, truth or dare. And then the other investor said, dare. I dare you to try to get your daughter and try to set her up with the German investor's son. And it's like, Lig, what the hell is wrong with you? You know very well that that's going to end very badly. And long story short, it ends up going, and MC has a small conversation with a woman 3 years older than him. If for context, that woman was born in 1957 while the MC was born in 1960. Now, let me continue now. After the hotel, the second part of Act 1 is going to be in another abandoned building, more specifically a workshop in the surrounding areas. There's actually gangsters, and they're not normal gangsters, they're female gangsters. Basically, in the 1970s, in the early 1970s, the Yakuza started inviting women to join them, and because women were had no rights back then, they were very happy. This led to the formation of a few girl gangs. Basically, a small division of the Yakuza ended up getting completely dominated by the females, and they started wearing long skirts and basically the equivalent of crop tops. Underneath their long skirts, they would hide blade weapons because if you know it's Japan, they are very in on their guns and they wouldn't want the guns going in the wrong hands. So basically, you need to go to hell and back just to acquire a gun in Japan. And you need to go to an entire hell trying to keep it. For goodness sake, they have to make you take a test. They have to test your knowledge on guns. Like, is it a clip or a magazine? Just so you could be legally allowed to own a gun. Anyways, where was I? Yes, girl gangsters. They were basically waiting outside, but then the MC got to sneak in and took a few notes, from the dilapidated buildings. The girl gangsters wait for him outside and then catch him before asking him what he was doing. He said he was just recovering some things that his father owned. They then asked for said things, but then the MC knew damn well he couldn't do that because the notes specifically were actually like detailed some grotesque experiments, and so he decided to flash them part of the notes, and they ended up being shocked to find images of grotesque animals getting ripped apart with mechanical parts being shoved into them. They asked him what the is going on, but then MC just tells them familial stuff. Please do not question it, and then runs away. Now the third act, the third part of Act One is basically a stealth level. Now the last act takes place in the other home of his family, more specifically his mother's home. So he goes there. It's a large house, but it's a really large house, and basically an entire area where all parts of acts are area, but overall basically have to navigate to two floors and a ton of locked doors before eventually finding a small piece of tech. It's metal. It's a robotic head. It's just a bunch of metal tech with an animal's head inside of it, or the remains of an animal's head. More specifically, a rabbit. Contains a bit of detail, but it will serve useful. All right, gameplay mechanics. Let's go. Thing is, if you remember, this is Japan, so as a result of this, it's very hard to acquire a gun. There are guns in this game concept. Thing is, they appear way later than you expect it. Definitely not in the first act. Now, the first thing is the lantern mechanic, because obviously it's amnesia. Of course, it needs a light, so it needs some type of consumable that you need so badly, like oil or something. However, this is replaced by flashlights. Flashlights were already around by the 70s. If you remember, new Japanese tech was around the time. And due to how bad batteries were back then, you had to collect batteries just change and replace them. So yeah, you had to collect those kinds of things, collect these batteries. Next are the tinder boxes, but because it's now 1977, no one wants that stuff. Instead, what you're going to be having is lighter. However, you're going to take however instead you got flammable liquids and all sorts of flammable liquids and use them as lighter fuel. Basically, your lighter fuel will decrease every time you light, but at the same time, it could be used to light sources. Yeah, that's it. Just get anything like oily cloth, just squirt that stuff into your lighter, and you're good to go. That's how it works. Also, you're going to need stealth. Yeah, that's it. Right, that's it for this part. Bye, guys. See you next part.